करीना जी यहाँ पर देखिए, करीना जी
Excuse me, ma'am. Kareena, your left side. Now your left side, you're straight here. Kareena ji.
मैं फोटो ही नहीं हुआ। करीना जी यहाँ पर this side now, करीना जी
Yeah, all of you here.
all of you this side now, all of you this side, मैडम आप तो हाथी नीचे मैम साइड में देखिए, all of you this side now,
सोलो बेबो
करीना जी सोलो
हाँ पूरा आपको जगह देता हूँ। चढ़ो मत बस चढ़ोगे तो मैं झुक जाऊँगा। मैडम
करीना जी
Kareena ji.
सेंटर
Now your left side here. Kareena ji here. Now you're
ब्लॉग बना के लेते रहो बस।
करीना जी यहाँ पर
आप फोटो के साथ
साइड नाम लू गया
It's an honor to share this stage with her as a also personal admirer and a fan of her work. But we are so honored to celebrate her latest release and her almost 25 years in the industry with this film festival that is so reflective of her amazing talent, her amazing range, and her diversity as an actor. It's 25 years, 67 films, and 67 amazing collaborations. And I wish we had the time to show all the 67 films this festival, but we chose 6, and we feel it rightly, reflects her bold choices and her amazing and very innovative portrayals over the years. And we're very honored to, be a platform that shows all her shades as an artist. So thank you for being here and welcome, and congratulations.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Kareena Kapoor Khan. I think that's what a star is, because while we started the proceedings here, all eyes were right at the door waiting for you to make that grand entry. I'd request all of you to please take your seat. Super. So, very happy to be in conversation with the three of you. Like I said, thank you for making the effort to be a part of this very special evening. क्योंकि अगर आज आप यहाँ नहीं होते तो आपको लगता कुछ गलत हो रहा है, कहीं कोई ट्रेन छूट रही है. Kareena, I will obviously start with you. 25 years has got nothing on you. You look as beautiful as when we first saw you in the J.P. Datta film making your debut. Your characters today part of pop culture, whether it's millennials or Gen Zs, we all have seen your characters. We love you. We keep saying your dialogues. How does it feel?
As cliche as it sounds, but it just feels like I just gave my first shot yesterday, because that's the kind of energy I have inside me. So I think I still have that that fire, that want, that need, that that greed of wanting to just, be in front of the camera. So, today I think I'm feeling honored and humbled because obviously I'm so grateful to PVR and all of you, to Niharika, to everyone who's actually thought of having this festival for all my films, because I still can't believe it's actually going to be 25 years. But I'm so happy that everyone's going to get to watch all the fun movies, as well as some films that I feel deserve so much more at that time are going to get it now, because they're all going to come and watch it, again. So I feel really, really happy that I'm here, and we're going to talk about my movies and how I enjoyed playing those characters. So very, very excited.
I know, I'm very glad you said that because there's so many of your films that you, I'm sure, would have wanted for people to see again, and we're getting a chance to actually be able to do that on the big screen. We're talking of today. This Kareena Kapoor Khan Film Festival coincides with the release of your latest, The Buckingham Murders. Again, getting rave reviews, and that's something you've brilliantly managed through your career. This balance between our masala commercial hit films, where we love to see you in all your poo gorgeousness, and of course the critically acclaimed ones. What do you feel about your latest offering?
I think Buckingham Murders was a very brave film, because it's a film that we set out to do, which would be very true to its its ethnicity, its authenticity. We wanted to shoot the film in a small town in England, and it was a story about that. But the way Hansal wanted to shoot it, we were like, we can't have people speak in Hindi, the local people living there. So we said, let's make a Hindi and English and a Hinglish film, but let's stick to, its truest form. So somehow I just wanted to do it. I thought after 25 years, if it's not now to experiment and do something different, it's gonna be never. And I've always actually tried to do that with films like Chameli and Dev, very early on in my career. So it's no different now that on its 25th year, if, I would want to do something different. Because every other film, the commercial genres like The Crew and Singham and everything is so much a part of my DNA, and it's always going to be a part of me. And, that's going to be life. But I also want to do things and try out different things, sometimes as an actor as well. So it's important to strike that balance, and I'm happy I've done that, because people are watching that version of the film, of the English film, and loving it. So it's a sense of, it's a good feeling to know that, okay, people will go to brave out different things as well.
Lovely. This whole thing about watching films has a lot to do with the heart. We love it, but there's a business aspect to it as well, and this is where I want to draw in Kamal. This trend that we see today of films being re-released, why do you think that's gaining momentum?
Well, one is, sometimes films get released and they don't find the right audience, and people discover them when they watch it on television, through streaming platforms or linear television. And because cinema going is such a differentiated experience, when you bring them back, there is this positive cycle. Like, we keep talking about streaming versus theaters, but these re-releases, the ones which are doing well, is a great example of a positive symbiotic relationship between streaming and theaters, because these films have been discovered on streaming. So Tumbar, which has been available for maybe 6 or 7 years, doing these sort of numbers like a brand new film, is something which we wouldn't have thought or imagined 3 or 4 years back. So clearly, is the streaming, the fan base, the quality appreciation, word of mouth, all of that is contributing to the success. But this is one variable. For Laila Majnu, it could be another variable, because the actress suddenly has become extremely popular after Animal, so that's another variable. We as exhibitors, frankly, we like all sorts of films. Whether it's a re-release, it's a new film,
I'm sure.
it's a niche film, it's a commercial film. We want to be of service to all segments of moviegoers, cinegoers, and to that end, pre-release is an important part of the strategy. And this is a trend here to stay.
Lovely. I think a segue to my question to Niharika. You know, like you said we love all sorts of films, and we of course have the Kareena Kapoor Khan Film Festival, but you have a lot of other exciting festivals planned as well. Would you like to speak about those?
Yeah, I mean, we're still in the process of, curating this re-releases and the film festivals. And we're now, like Kamal also mentioned, and we've been talking about it. Re-releases initially, were meant to be one thing. But given the success, we want to now adopt a lot of strategy behind them and make them a part of our mainstream programming. And that's an endeavor that we're really pursuing now. So, in addition, obviously, to this festival, we're doing an A&R, festival this weekend as well, which celebrates his 100-year contribution to cinema. We are looking at, some genre-based festivals as well, like a Halloween festival. Because obviously horror is the new thing, but I think we believe that film festival will do well. In terms of re-releases, we're also trying to understand the current trends. Are there certain nostalgic films that people want to watch in the cinema? And again, it is a result of films like, Rockstar doing well. So it's identifying those films. Then we are also, as a company, working very closely to restore some classic Indian cinema with this company called Film Heritage, which we're very excited about because it'll allow us to, allow a lot of us to see films that we've never seen on the big screen. So there are a multitude of different films and festivals, and we have some thought behind putting those together.
Lovely. So we as cinema lovers are in for a treat, and as huge fans of Kareena here, I'm going to ask you the simplest question. Which is your favorite film of yours?
I think it's so unfair to pick one film, considering
Please look center, ma'am.
like Niharika just said, I've done 67. I didn't even know that. I think after a point, you just lose count as what number film it is.
Okay,
So
let
it's difficult.
me rephrase it. Which is the film you've seen most, your own film? The maximum rewatches, or...
Oh God, I don't know. Maybe it would be, I think, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. I think just as half the world has, I think I'm pretty much a fan of that film as well because, I love the idea of family, tradition, just that warmth. It gives you that warm feeling. I think that's what everyone kind of loves. And that's why it's, I think, one of the most loved films also.
I think, Kareena, you must also be given credit for giving us a prototype of a Hindi film heroine that we keep seeing versions of. So you played Geet and you were Pooh, and after that there are these so many characters in different films, even now with varying percentages of the Geet quotient and the Pooh quotient. What do you make of it today with your experience and the benefit of hindsight when you rewatch, say, a Pooh or a Jab We Met? Did you ever imagine that it's going to be such an integral part of popular culture?
Not at all. I think when we were doing Pooh, at least, I was following just Karan's instructions. I knew it was like a super fun character, but no one really thought that, 25 years later, you'll still have characters based around Pooh who are like her, That was never really the intention, because I think when you set out with an intention of saying that we have to make this character great, or, this has to be amazing, it's going to be fab, and, think that. I think it just happens. It just has to happen, You never really know when you're creating it. And with Geet, it was the same thing, because I was shooting Tashan simultaneously. And Tashan was a really big film, because it had Akshay Kumar, it had, Anil Ji, it had Saif Ali Khan, and, it was a YRF film. Whereas Jab We Met was it was more like, it was like we were new, and you know, Imtiaz had done one film, and there were never really any big names attached to it at that point. So I was always like, you know, I'm like, Tashan is going to be amazing, and you know, I'm working on this body and going to do my action film, and I would just like, you know, come on the set, but my focus was Tashan. But I didn't really know that what was happening, and then Jab Bhi Met just released, and you know, not that Tashan isn't special, but people just love Jab Bhi Met more than that. So when you think that, oh, you know, everyone's going to watch this, but everyone watched that. So there was no real plan that, oh, you know, it's going to be amazing. I was also a bit like, oh,